Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. A little late night Sunday baseball, and we're going to continue with our Action PC Baseball 1977 season replay. The Boston Red Sox. We also replay the New York Mets of 1977, but this is the Red Sox, and we're taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. July 28th, 1977. The Red Sox have hit a skidoo, Reno, and they have fallen out of first place. The New York Yankees have taken over first place. The Red Sox currently sit 4.5 behind the Yankees. The Yankees are 62 and 38. The Red Sox are 56 and 41. The Brewers are 15.5 back, 46 and 53. Bob Stanley goes to the mound, to the chagrin of Uncle Ron Juckett. But Bob Stanley against the Brewers is 3-0. So we're hoping to get back on the winning streak here. Bob Stanley against the Brewers, 3-0, 2.50 earned run average, batting average against 246. So can Bigfoot come up in a big way? Let's go to the starting lineups and play some baseball to end the weekend. For the Milwaukee Brewers, leading off is Joshua. He's in center field. Robin Yount's at short, batting second. Wynn's in right, and he bats third. Money is in left, and he's the cleanup hitter. Jamie Quirk is a designated hitter. He bats fifth. Sal Bando's at third, manning the hot corner. He bats sixth. McMullen is at first for the Brewers. He bats seventh. Sakata is at second. He's in the 8th spot. And batting ninth, doing the catching, is Haney. The pitcher is Hines. For the Boston Red Sox, looking to go on a big win streak, Bernie Carbo will lead off, and he's playing left field. Magnificent year he's having. .328, 20 homers, and 48 ribbies. Batting second, Rick Burleson. He's at short. Batting third, Captain Carl Yastrzemski. 10 years after his Triple Crown season, he's batting .322 with 22 homers and 79 ribbies. Batting fourth, doing the catching, is Carlton Fisk. Batting fifth, Jim Rice. He's the designated hitter. Batting sixth is Dwight Evans in right field. Fred Lynn's in center field, batting seventh. Tommy Helms is at third base, batting eighth. Playing second base, batting ninth, is Denny Doyle, and Jerry Mathers as the Beaver. Here at Fenway Park, we see our good friend Ken Castro, Bobby Cantillano, and Randy Luxembourg. Hope all is well. Remember to check out Bobby Cantillano's wonderful YouTube channel and Facebook page. Here comes Von Joshua. Joshua in the replay, batting .308, 7 homers, 37 ribbies. Excellent bunter. We're going to play our corners in. He's an 8 out of 10 bunter. So Helms is in at third. Yastrzemski is in at first. Fisk behind the plate. 8 out of 10 range, 7 out of 10 arm. Helms, not much range at all. In fact, he's god-awful at third when it comes to range. He's a 1, but he fields anything hit at him. Rick Burleson is 8 out of 10 at short. Denny Doyle's average at second, 5 out of 10. Yastrzemski at first, below average, 4 out of 10. Bernie Carbo in left field, 5 out of 10 defensive range, 9 out of 10 arm. Freddie Lynn in center field. He covers a lot of ground, 8 out of 10 defensive range, but an average arm, 5 out of 10. And Dwight Evans, 7 out of 10 defensive range, and an average arm, as he had a down year in right. All right, here's Joshua. Corners in. Bob Stanley picks up the sign from Fisk. He's going to go aggressive. Here's the pitch to Joshua, and that is promptly slapped to right field past Yastrzemski. And a leadoff single for Joshua. Yaz will hold him on. Here comes Robin Yount. Shortstop, .285 for the Brewers. 4 homers, 34 ribbies. 7 out of 10 bunter, 6 out of 10 hit and run. I don't think he's going to be dropping a bunt down now. Stanley looks to first. He deals to Yount. Yount pops it up. Doyle behind the second base bag, makes the catch, 1 down. Now bring up Jim Wynn, the right fielder, 222, no home runs, 1 ribby. Money is on deck. Fisk pounds the mitt. Stanley hoping to keep that ball down low and induce a double play ball. He deals to Wynn. And he walked him. Stanley walked him, 1 out, 2 on, and here comes Don Money. He currently has a 9-game hitting streak. Money, 238, 13 homers, 44 ribbies. Joshua at second, Wynn at first. Stanley nods his head. He kicks and deals to Money. Fly ball, left center field. Carbo on the run. He makes the catch. Joshua does not challenge the cannon of an arm that Bernie Carbo has. And there are 2 away. Nice jump by Bernie. Fans give him polite applause. And now bring up Jamie Quirk, the designated hitter, 192. 1 home run, 9 ribbies. Todd B is here at Fenway. Hope all is well, my friend. 2 outs, 2 on. Bando on deck. Stanley's ready. He kicks and deals to Quirk. Fly ball. Evans moves to his left, makes the catch, and the side is retired. Brewers strand 2. Due up for the Boston Red Sox, Bernie Carbo, Rick Burleson, and Carl Yastrzemski. Bernie Carbo, a tremendous year. 328, 20 homers, and 48 ribbies. On the mound for the Brewers is Sam Hines. In the replay, he has no record. He does have 1 save, and his ERA is 4.88. In reality, he was 0-3 with 2 saves with a 4.73. Haney's behind the plate. Poor range as a catcher. Above average arm, 6 out of 10. Bando's a 5 at third. Yount very good at short. He's a 7. Sakata's average at second. He's a 5. And McMullen, the former Dodger, is a 4 at first. Money in left is a 6 range and a 6 arm. Joshua the same, 6 and 6. Wynn in right, below average range and a very poor arm, 4 and a 3. Here comes Bernie Carbo. Will Bernie go boom? Hines is ready. The pitch to Carbo. And Carbo lifts it out to shallow right. Wynn makes the catch, 1 away. Now bring up the rooster, Rick Burleson, batting 287, 1 home run, and 31 ribbies. Todd B says, Wynn was like Gene Tennis, walked 100-plus times and struck out 100-plus times. Not easy to do. No, it's not. Excellent info, Todd. The pitch to the rooster. And Burleson strikes out. Big swing and a miss on the 1-2 count. Fooled by the slider, so 2 outs, no one on for Captain Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz, 322, 22 homers, 79 ribbies. He's going to take. Here's the pitch from Hines. And that's a strike. Hines pours in the fastball. Yaz holds the bat up high. Haney sets the target. Pitch homeward bound. Yastrzemski checked his swing. Ball 4. A 2-out walk keeps the inning alive for Carlton Fisk. Pudge batting 281, 17 homers, and 57 ribbies. McMullen holds Yastrzemski on. Yastrzemski actually has a 95% chance of stealing second. Old man Yaz is going to attempt the steal. There he goes. There's a throw down, and he is safe. Carl Yastrzemski steals second with 2 outs. He's in scoring position. For Carlton Fisk, the count on Fisk is no balls, 1 strike. Hines peeks over his shoulder. Sakata tries to keep Yaz close. Pitch homeward bound. Fisk swings, base hit to left. Yastrzemski hits third base, and they'll wave him around. 86% chance to score. Fisk will hold at first, and the ball gets away from Haney. Yaz scores. Fisk moves up on the error. On the errant throw by Don Money, and it's 1-0 Red Sox. In fact, Fisk goes to third. So 2 outs, Fisk at third, and here comes Jim Rice, 278, 28 homers, 78 ribbies. Hines is ready. He kicks and fires to Rice, and Rice singles to right. Fisk trots in from third, and it's 2-0 Red Sox here in the bottom of the first. McMullen holds Rice on. And now bring up Dwight Evans. Evans, 229, 12 homers, 32 ribbies. Freddie Lynn on deck. Evans will take. Hines pours a pitch in. It's a strike. That's a 92-mile-per-hour fastball. No balls, 1 strike. Hines peeks to first, now looks in, picks up the sign from Haney. The pitch to Evans. Evans rips her shot to left. Rice hits second base, heads to third. Money's throw goes towards the third, but much too late. Runners on the corners, 2 outs for Freddie Lynn. On deck, Tommy Helms. Freddie Lynn, 242, 11 homers, 36 ribbies. The pitch to Lynn. And Lynn sends a fly ball to Money in left. The side is retired. Red Sox strand runners on the corners, but they pick up 2 after 1 inning of baseball. Boston 2, Milwaukee nothing. We go to the top of the second. 2 up for the Brewers will be Bando, McMullen, and Sakata. Sal Bando, the former Oakland Athletic, 268, 11 homers, 43 ribbies. Stanley kicks and deals. And he strikes out Bando on the 1-2. Catches him looking. 1 out. That'll bring up the former Dodger, Ken McMullen, 252, 6 homers, 18 ribbies. Right-handed batter. Fisk wiggles the fingers. Bigfoot nods his head. The pitch. And he strikes out McMullen with a screwball. Fooled badly on the 0-2 count. 2 up, 2 down via the K. And here comes Len Sakata, the number 8 batter, the second baseman for the Brewers, batting below the Mendoza line. 143, 1 home run, 4 ribbies. Stanley kicks and deals. Fly ball, shallow right. Evans makes the catch, and 1-2-3 go the Brewers. We go to the bottom of the second, 2-0 Boston. Due up Tommy Helms, Denny Doyle, and the top of the order, Bernie Carbo. The pitch to Tommy Helms. And Helms rips our shot to the left center field. He takes a wide turn, but heads back to first. So a leadoff single by Tommy Helms, who in 1977, after the Red Sox acquired him, murdered right-handed pitching. And here is Denny Doyle. 7 out of 10 for bunting, 7 out of 10 for hit and run. Carbo is on deck. Red Sox of 77. They're going to play a little small ball here. Pretty unheard of for the Red Sox. Here's the pitch. Doyle's going to bunt. And he puts down a good one. Hines fields it. His only play is to first. Sakata covers on the wheel play. Doyle is out, but a good sacrifice bunt moves Tommy Helms into scoring position at second base with 1 out. And here's Bernie Carbo. Carbo is 0 for 1. He flew out to shallow right. The pitch to Bernie. And he walks. So Carbo draws a walk. Michael Terranova's here at Fenway. Hope all is well. Check out his channel. Thank you for joining us, Michael. I'm hanging in there, my friend. I'm doing all right. First and second, 1 out for the Rooster, Rick Burleson. He's 0 for 1. Helms very slow at second. Carbo, below average speed at first. The pitch to the Rooster. Will he crow? Yes, he will. He rips that shot into left field. Down the line's a double. And it's 3-0 Red Sox as Helms scores from second. Carbo scampers to third. And Burleson stands at second with an RBI. 3-0 Boston. Thrice a Roni, a card collecting treat. Check out that great channel. And congratulations to Thrice a Roni. He went over the 1,000K subscription mark. Hats off to a wonderful YouTuber. Now bring up Captain Carl Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski walked his first time up. 1 out, 2 on. The pitch to Yaz. And Yaz lifts one. That's carrying to right field. Wind going back at the track. He makes the catch. Carbo tags up and scores. Burleson goes from second to third. Yaz gets a sac fly and an RBI. It is 4-0 Boston. 2 outs. Burleson's at third, and here comes Pudge. Carlton Fisk is 1 for 1. He singled to knock in Yastrzemski and advanced all the way to third on the throwing error by Don Money in left. Fisk awakes the Hines offering. Anticipation. The pitch to Fisk. Fisk base hit to center. Burleson comes trotting in from third. The Red Sox pouring it on. 5-0. But if you've watched this, you really want the Red Sox to keep scoring because the pitching not so bueno. And now bring up Jim Ed Rice. He is 1 for 1. He's singled. Knocking in Fisk. Fisk at first. McMullen holds him on. Rice awaits the Hines offering. Pitch homeward bound. Rice, swing and a miss. The side is retired, but the Red Sox tack on 3 more. We go to the top of the third, 5-0 Boston. Due up for Milwaukee, Haney. Then the top of the order, Joshua and Yount. Haney, the catcher, 306, no homers, 4 ribbies. Stanley Steamer looks in. The pitch to Haney. And Haney promptly delivers a single to center. Here come the Brewers. I'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Von Joshua. He's 1 for 1. Yastrzemski holding Haney on at first. Stanley wants to keep this ball down low and induce a double play ball. Haney very slow. The pitch to Joshua. Joshua, base hit to right. Evans has it. Haney, station to station, 90 feet, and he stops. So the first 2 batters are on for the Brewers. Haney at second. Von Joshua at first, and Robin Yount, who's 0 for 1 at the plate. He popped out to Denny Doyle behind second base. Here at the ballpark, Clinton Parks. How you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. Check out his channel. Stanley rubs up the baseball, back up on the bump. Nods his head. Fisk sets the target. The pitch to Yount. Yount rips a shot to left. Carbo puts a charge on it, and Haney is held up. Boy, did they put that stop sign up. Bases are juiced, no outs. And here comes Jim Wynn. Wynn walked his first time up. Red Sox will trade the run for the double play ball. Fisk pounds that mitt, sets the target, imploring Stanley to hit it. Here's the pitch to Jim Wynn. And Wynn singles to right. Evans puts a charge on. Joshua will hold up at third. The Brewers are on the board. It's now 5-1 Boston, and we get that sinking feeling with our horrible pitching staff. And here comes Don Money. Will he make amends for that error that out and left? Money currently 9-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 1. Bases full of Brewers. Joshua at third. Yount at second. Wynn at first. Again, Stanley looks in. Nods his head. The windup and the pitch. And base hit right center. Evans cuts it off. 2 runs will score. Wynn goes first to third. And just like that, the Brewers are back in this ball game 5-3. So Stanley, who's had much success against the Brewers 3-0 coming into this game, it has not fared thee well for Bob in this outing against the Brewers. It's now 5-3. Tying run at first. Go ahead run at the plate, and Jamie Quirk. Again, they will give up the run for the double play ball. We keep saying it, but we're not getting it. Stanley will go aggressive to Quirk. And Quirk rips a shot to right, gets past Evans. And it's now second and third. And it's 5-4. Another run scores. And just like that, the moans and groans from the Fenway faithful. Todd Bisa, here comes a 9-8 thriller. Michael Terranovas is the toy cannon. Who was the toy cannon? Was it Jimmy Wynn? No outs. 5-4. Again, the infield will play normal. And here's Sal Bando. He's 0 for 1. Fans very anxious here. The pitch to Bando. And Bando singles to right. It's 5-5. Quirk is held up. And Stanley has pooped himself out on that mound. To the horror of Uncle Ron Juckett when he watches this at some point. So the Brewers put up 5 in the top of the third. We're not at 5. There's no outs. Quirk stands at third, 90 feet away from the Brewers taking the lead. Bando's at first. And here comes Ken McMullen, who's 0 for 1. The Red Sox get their bullpen up. Stanley looks in. Going to come high and tight, hopefully. The pitch to McMullen. And he strikes him out. 1 out, double play ball, gets him out of this misery. And here comes Len Cicada, who would go on to play for the Baltimore Orioles. Cicada is 0 for 1. Again, Stanley will challenge him. Pitch homeward bound. Fly ball deep to left. Carbo racing back out the wall. He makes the catch. Carbo's going to throw home. The tag, the throw. And Quirk just slides in safely. It's 6-5 Brewers. They have exploded for 6 runs in the top of the third. Take the lead by 1 run. Bando advanced to the Carbo throw to the plate. 2 outs, and here comes Haney, who singled off Stanley. On deck, Von Joshua. I believe Haney led off this inning. Here's the pitch to Haney. And there's a shot to left. Carbo puts a charge on, but Bando scores as Carbo throws to the cutoff man, Burleson. 7 runs put up by the Brewers. Deja vu all over again for my absolutely horrible 1977 pitching staff. And here comes Von Joshua. He's 2 for 2. He has feasted off Bigfoot. Here's the pitch to Joshua. He's going to challenge him. Fly ball. Carbo on the run. In the corner. He makes the catch. Bangs into the wall. And an inning of misery for Bob Stanley and Red Sox fans is over. The Brewers played 7. We go to the bottom of the third. 7-5 Milwaukee to a shell-shocked Fenway faithful. Due up for the Red Sox, Evans, Lynn, and Tommy Helms. Evans is 1 for 1. Hines has received a reprieve from the governor. The pitch to Dewey. And Evans walks. Haney tried to frame that pitch. No avail. Tying run comes to plate and Freddie Lynn. Lynn is 0 for 1. Fly to deep left. He'd like to go yard here, pick up his 12th homer. Hines looks to first. Here's the pitch to Freddie Lynn. And Lynn sends that ball center field. Joshua goes back a bit, makes the catch. 1 out. Evans retreats back to first. That'll bring up Tommy Helms. He singled. Evans takes a lead. McMullen holds him on. Hines looks. Now looks in at Haney. The pitch to Helms. And Helms strikes out. Big swing and a miss on the 1-2 count. He challenged him with a fastball, and Helms swung through it. So 2 outs. Evans will be off on contact. Here's Denny Doyle with 2 outs. He's got a 75% chance of stealing. There goes Evans. The throw down, and Evans is safe. He's in scoring position. Now, Denny Doyle, who had sacrificed bunt his first time up. Let's see if he can come through. Evans takes his lead. Sakata bluffs, but he's not going anywhere. Now Yount tries to sneak in. Here's the pitch to Doyle. And Doyle walks. And that will bring up Bernie Carbo. Bernie, 0 for 1. He has flown out to shallow right and walked. Evans at second, Doyle at first, Carbo at the plate. Carbo with 20 homers and 48 ribbies. Will Bernie go boom and give the Red Sox an 8-7 lead? Hines nods his head. He kicks and fires to Carbo. And Carbo strikes out, swing and a miss. The Red Sox put 2 on, but score none. We go to the top of the fourth, 7-5 Brewers. Stanley back up on the bump. He's thrown 66 pitches. Had an inning of misery in the top of the third where he gave up 7. He's good for 140. Robin Yount's 1 for 2. The pitch to Yount. And Yount lines out to Yastrzemski. Great reaction by Captain Carl. 1 out. Now bring up Jimmy Wynn. Wynn's 1 for 1. He has walked and singled, knocking in Haney. Stanley. He's ready. Fisk sets the target. Pitch homeward bound to Wynn. Wynn grounds it to Burleson. Burleson's up with it. Throws low to Yastrzemski. Scoops it out of the dirt. 2 down. And now bring up Don Money. Money is 1 for 2. He flied deep to left center. Singled, knocking in Joshua and Yount. Stanley kicks and fires. Fly ball, center field. Lynn moving to his right. Makes the catch. And 1, 2, 3 go the Brewers. Stanley needed that big comeback inning there. Bottom of the fourth, 7-5 Brewers. Due up for Boston, Burleson, Yastrzemski, and Fisk. If anyone gets on, Rice. Rick Burleson is 1 for 2. Hines is back up on the bump for the Brewers. He rocks and deals. And Burleson, fly ball. Joshua moves to his right. 1 down as the Rooster flies out to center. Now bring up Captain Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz has walked and had a sac fly, which scored Carbo from third way back when the Red Sox had a 5-0 lead. The pitch to Yaz. Goes the other way. Money racing back near the wall. Makes the catch and left 2 away. So Yaz tried to sit back on that curveball and go the other way. 2 outs, base is empty. Fisk steps to the plate. He is 2 for 2. He singled, knocking in Yastrzemski in the first. Then he singled again, knocking in Burleson in the second. The pitch to Pudge. And he walks. So he's on base 3 times. Tying run comes to the plate in Jim Ed Rice. Rice is 1 for 2. He singled, knocking in Fisk. Then he struck out. Rice would love to deposit one on the Mass Turnpike. McMullen holds Fisk on. Hines takes a quick peek to first. Now looks in at Haney. Nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Rice. And that ball gets away from Haney. Fisk advances to second on the wild pitch by Hines. It's a full count now to Rice. He's ready to grip and rip. Haney wiggles the fingers, sets the target. The pitch. Rice! That's a shot to center field. Fisk scores from second. The Red Sox pull to within 1. It's now 7-6. The Milwaukee manager has seen enough of Hines, and a new pitcher is coming in the game, Mike Caldwell. Mike Caldwell in the replay is 2-4 with a 4.22 earned run average. In actuality, 5-8 with a 4.58. And here's Dwight Evans. Caldwell is a lefty, which will neutralize Bernie Carbo, as Carbo is god-awful against lefties. So Rice picks up his second ribbies, a tying run at first. Evans is the go-ahead run at the plate. Evans is 1 for 1. He's grounded. A single through the left side and walked. The pitch from Caldwell to Dewey. Evans sends that ball foul down the left field line. He scorched it, but it was a foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Evans. Caldwell peeks to first. Now he deals. Evans, base hit to left. Rice hits second base and heads to third. Runners on the corners with 2 outs, 7-6. Milwaukee tying run 90 feet away for Freddie Lynn, and Freddie Lynn struggles against left-handers. 240 in 1977. In the replay, Freddie Lynn against lefties is only batting .220. We need Freddie Lynn to come through here in the clutch. Caldwell seems to struggle with control. We're going to take. Here's the pitch to Lynn. And that's a ball. Lynn to take again. And that's a ball. Haney pounds the mitt, imploring Caldwell to hit the target. Freddie Lynn taking all the way. And that's ball 3. Freddie Lynn, he looks down. Third base coach steps back in the box. Rice at third. Evans at first. Caldwell rocks and fires. Ball 4. Bases are juiced. So Caldwell's control comes into play. And here comes Tommy Helms. And Tommy Helms will not bat. He only batted .233 against lefties in reality. And in the replay, he's batting .133. So that's 100 points worse. And we'll bring up Butch Hobson for Tommy Helms. Actually, we're going to bring up the Boomer. Scott will come in to pinch hit for Tommy Helms, staying to play first, and Yaz will go out to left. Here's the pitch to Scott. And Scott strikes out with the bases loaded. The side is retired. The Red Sox do get 1, but they leave them loaded. We go to the top of the 5th, 7-6 Brewers. So Carbo, Yaz will go to left. Scott will play first. Excellent first baseman. And Hobson will come in to play third. And Hobson will bat in Carbo's spot. All right, so Stanley back up on the bump. Only down by 1. He's thrown 76 pitches. He's going to face Quirk, Bando, and McMullen. Quirk is 1 for 2. The pitch to Jamie Quirk. And Quirk smacks one. Left center field, and that's a single. And here comes Sal Bando. He's 1 for 2. He struck out and singled, knocking in money. Scott holding on Quirk. Bando awaits the Stanley offering. Stanley's going to challenge him. We go aggressive. Fisk tells him, let's go at this guy. Pitch homeward bound. And he strikes him out. And Fisk says, attaboy. So 1 out, 1 on. Here comes McMullen. He's 0 for 2. Fisk again imploring Stanley to stay strong. Stanley kicks and fires. Ground ball to Doyle. Doyle to Burleson. On to Scott. 4 to 6 to 3. Double play. And the side is retired. So Stanley had that 1 inning of misery. Since then, he's back on track. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The Brewers still lead 7 to 6. Due up for Boston. Doyle, Hobson, and Burleson. Here's Denny Doyle. Again, he struggles against left-handed pitching. In fact, he bats 189. But he's the better defensive. Let's go. Steve Dillard. Steve Dillard's going to pinch hit. So here's Steve Dillard. 8 out of 10 bunter. Here's the pitch. Drag bunt by Dillard. And he goes foul. The count's no balls, 2 strikes now on Dillard. Dillard batting .264 in the replay. No homers, 6 ribbies. Here's the pitch from Caldwell. And Dillard singles left center field. So he comes through in the clutch. Tying run at first, Dillard. An okay base runner at first. McMullen holds him on. Here comes Butch Hobson. Hobson batting 199 with 19 homers and 56 ribbies. He will take. Caldwell deals. Strike 1 inside corner. Wow, he got a good call there. 0-1 count. Dillard takes his lead. Caldwell peeks towards first. Now looks in at Haney. He kicks and deals to Hobson. Hobson lines out to Yount. Fires back to first. Dillard dives in. And he is out. Oh, my Lord. What a play by the youngster Robin Yount. He went high in the air. Came down. Dillard could have been it looked like a failed hit and run, obviously. He was way too far off that bag. He was looking to go first to third, maybe. And Yount fired a strike to McMullen. 2 outs. Bases empty for the Rooster. Rick Burleson. Burleson's 1 for 3. Caldwell looks in. He's ready. He deals to Burleson. And Burleson grounds hard to Sakata on the outfield grass. He throws to first, and the side is retired. Double play killed the Red Sox. We go to the top of the 6th, 7-6 Brewers. As the Red Sox continue to struggle. And Dillard will go in to play second. We only have 2 bench players left, Miller and Bob Montgomery. Dillard a drop-off. He's only a 3 range compared to Doyle's 5. Sakata's 0 for 1. Stanley wants to stay aggressive. The pitch to Len Sakata. Ground ball. Burleson charges. Throws. Bang, bang play at first. Scott. Safe. A great stretch by Scott, but Sakata beats it out as you knew it was going to be trouble when it got past Stanley. Burleson charged hard, but Sakata's on with an infield single. Here comes Haney. He's 2 for 2. The pitch to Haney. Red Sox hoping to turn 2. And that's our shot to right, 3 for 3. Sakata hits second and stops, and that's it for Rick. We've seen enough of Bob Stanley, excuse me. It's Von Joshua is 2 for 3 off Stanley. And here comes the lefty, Ramon Hernandez. To try, we just want him to get Joshua, and then we'll go to somebody else. So here comes Ramon Hernandez. Bob Stanley had the 1 horrific inning. The top of the 3rd, he gave up 7 runs. Though this inning has not started off well for Bob. 7-6. And here's Ramon Hernandez. In our replays, 1-0 with a 9.49. 0-1 with 1 save. In reality, with a 5.68, he only threw 12.2 innings. And he's almost dead on now. We just want to get a third out of him, and that would be 12.2. As his time with the Red Sox is coming to an end, as we're playing with actual rosters and transactions. Lineups I make myself, and the pitching rotation I did myself for the Red Sox. All the other teams are the same. Here's the pitch from Hernandez to Von Joshua. And Joshua's called back. They go to Wolford, the pinch hitter, who bats .270 in reality against lefties. What did he do? In the replay against lefties, batting .292, so he's overperforming. And now we can't, I don't think we can take out. Yes, we can. We can take out. I don't think it's going to let us take the, I don't think it's going to let us take him out. I think he has to face one batter. Let's try. Yep, he must face one batter. I knew that. I was hoping the game glitched. It didn't. So here's Wolford. In the replay, 247, 3 homers, 25 ribbies. No outs, 2 on. The pitch from Hernandez. Line shot to Hops, and he fires to first, and they double up Haney as Scott quickly got to the bag. Hobson makes a terrific play at third base, fires a strike to Scott, and there are 2 down. Sakata stands at second, so it's good for the Goose, is good for the Gander. We saw Robin Yount do it to the Red Sox in the bottom of the 5th, and we just seen Butch Hobson do it to the Brewers here in the top of the 6th. And we're going to get Hernandez the heck out of the game now. And our only good pitcher really on this team is Bill Soup Campbell, who we have used overtime. Though he's only on, he pitched 140 innings. He's only on pace for 130. So Campbell comes in quite early, but we need a win here. We've been struggling. So here's Bill Soup Campbell in the replay, 7-3 with 23 saves, 1.94 ERA. In reality, 13-9 with 31 saves, 2.96. Here's the pitch to Yount. Yount grounds to Dillard. Dillard throws to Scott. And the Red Sox get out of the jam. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 7-6. Brewers. Caldwell's tiring now. You can see he's thrown 21 pitches. He's only good for 20, so you can see the red. His effectiveness will go down a bit. He faces Yastrzemski, Fisk, and Rice. Yaz is 0 for 1. He's walked, had a sac fly for an RBI, and then flew out down the left field line to money. Yastrzemski batted .268 in reality against lefties. Now let's take a peek at what he's doing in the replay. He's batting .250. He's going to take the pitch from Caldwell. That's a ball. Yaz will take until he gets a strike. That's a ball. 2-0 count. Yastrzemski awaits the Caldwell offering. Pitch homeward bound. And that's ball 3. 3-0. Yaz taking all the way. Ball 4, tying run at first base. So Caldwell's, and that's it. Bob McClure comes in. You got to love that Fu Manchu in the hair. Bob McClure comes in, another lefty, in relief of Caldwell. 3rd Brewer pitcher. Red Sox have used 3. Stanley, Hernandez, and then Campbell. Bob McClure in the replay, 5-2 with 2 saves, 3.68 earned run average. In reality, 2-1 with 6 saves, 2.52. Fisk against lefties batted .276 for the real season, and in the replay batting .260. If Fisk goes yard, we have an 8-7 ball game. Fisk does have 17 homers. McClure throws strikes. Yaz at first. McMullen hold him on. There's the pitch to Pudge, and Fisk. Fly ball, Money coming in and left, makes the catch. Yastrzemski retreats the first, 1 down. Now bring up Jim Rice. He is 2 for 3 on deck to Dwight Evans. McClure peeks to first. Now picks up the sign at the plate. The windup and the pitch to Rice. There goes Yastrzemski. And he steals the ball on his own volition. I didn't call that, so Yaz took off on his own. That's his second stolen base, folks. I did not call that. He went on his own. That's something they've added to Action PC Baseball. Was there a balk? No, it was a balk. I was just checking now. I said maybe there was a balk. So a balk by McClure. And Yaz is at second, tying run. No balls, no strikes to Rice, as the balk was called. Can Rice tie it up? He represents the go-ahead run at the plate. Evans on deck. The pitch. Rice swings and he lines out to Yount, who throws to Sakata, and they double up Yastrzemski. Oh my God, Yount does it again. Robin Yount flashing the leather, a second web gem, and the Red Sox are just shaking their heads in the dugout. The fans moaning and groaning. We go to the top of the seventh, 7-6. Rice will be at the plate when we come back to the bottom of the seventh. Campbell back up on the mound. He's good for 45 pitches. He's thrown 6. He will face Wynn, Money, and Quirk. Here's the pitch to Jim Wynn, 1 for 2. He strikes him out. Campbell has now struck out 71 in the replay, while only walking 27. Don Money strides to the plate. Soup nods his head. Fisk sets the target. The pitch to Money. Ground ball to Burleson. Burleson range to right. Throws to Scott. 2 away. 6-3 if you're scoring at home. 2 outs. Base is empty for Jamie Quirk, the designated hitter, who is feasted on the Red Sox. I think he's gotten all of his hit against the freaking Red Sox. He has flown to right center. Doubled. Knocking in Win, and then singled in the 5th. Soup looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The pitch to Quirk. And he strikes him out. So Bill Campbell has steadied the ship. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 7-6 Brewers due up for the Red Sox. They need 1 to tie, 2 to go ahead. Evans, Lynn, and Scott. Dewey is 2 for 2. He has singled in the 1st. Walked in the 3rd, and singled again in the 4th. Here's the pitch from McClure to Evans. And that's a strikeout. He went too far. He thought he checked his swing. The man in blue says no, puts his right arm up, 1 away. That'll bring up Freddie Lynn. Lynn is 0 for 2. Lefty-lefty matchup. McClure kicks and deals. Lynn. Ground ball. McMullen waves off McClure, takes it to the bag himself. Freddie Lynn grounds out to first. 2 up, 2 down. And here is the boomer, George the Boomer Scott. He struck out with the bases loaded when he came in to pinch hit. Scott looking to tag one out of Fenway. He asks for time, now steps in the box. McClure takes a deep breath, arms down to his chest. The windup and the pitch. And Scott strikes out for the 2nd time. The side is retired. We go to the top of the 8th. 7-6 Milwaukee. And here comes Bill Soup Campbell. He's going to face Bando, McMullen, and Sakata. Sal Bando, 1 for 3. The pitch from Soup. Ground ball. Burleson ranges behind the second base bag. He throws. Bang, bang, play. And they're going to give an error to Burleson on a low throw. And wide. That took Scott off the bag. The Boomer said he held the bag. They say no. A brief argument. And play resumed. So Bando on first on the E6. And here comes McMullen 0 for 3. Campbell throws to first. Scott applies the tag. But Bando just beat it back. Campbell again looks over. Now he deals to McMullen, who's 0 for 3. Ground ball. Burleson to Dillard. To Scott. Double play. 6-4-3. So Campbell, again, he is dealing. 2 outs, no one on. Red Sox trail by 1. Here's Len Sakata. He's 1 for 2. Campbell works quickly to Sakata. Line shot into center. Lynn can make a diving attempt, but he'll play it safe. On the hop, we don't want it to get by him, and then Sakata gets a double. So with 2 outs, Sakata lines 1 to center. Freddie Lynn chose to play it safe. And here comes Haney. He is 3 for 3, but that was not against Bill Soup Campbell. Campbell looks to first. Now he rocks and fires to Haney. And he's 4 for 4. Right center field single. Sakata goes first to third. And runners on the corners. Campbell, 42 pitches, good for 45. And here's Wolford 0 for 1. Campbell rubs up the baseball. The pitching coach up on the step. Campbell looks over, nods his head, says he's fine. He's going to go aggressive to Wolford. The pitch. Fisk says, let's go at it. Here's the pitch to Wolford. Oh, he comes too far inside. He walked them. Bases are loaded. And here comes Robin Yount, 1 for 4. But Yount has made 2 outstanding plays at short, doubling up on line shots Red Sox runners to take them out of potential big innings. We go to our pen. We have Paxton and Jim Willoughby, and both are horrendous. Campbell. Wynn is on deck. We're going to go pitch around. Oh, shoot. Bases are loaded. No pitch around. No pitch around. So Sakata's at third. Haney's at second. And Wolford is at first. Campbell goes aggressive. Fisk says, let's go right at him. Here's the pitch to Yount. Base hit. Left center field. 2 runs score on the poor play by Burleson. And it's now 9-6, and that's it for Bill Soup Campbell, who deserved better. Yount knocks in 2. Wynn is at the plate. Well, I guess we go with Paxton's going to be starting. Actually, Paxton was supposed to start today. In reality, we didn't start him today because he's been awful. He actually won 10 games in 77 for the Red Sox, not because he pitched well. His ERA was, I'll tell you what his ERA was. It was freaking horrible. In 77, Paxton's earned run, it wasn't that bad actually, 3.83. He was 10-5, but in the replay he's 1-5 with a 5.09. So I chose to go with Stanley, who was 3-0 against the Brewers, and that didn't pan out. Well, we're going to go with Jim Willoughby as I throw up a little bit in my mouth. So here's Jim Willoughby. Willoughby, 1-0 with a 5.82 earned run average. In reality, 6-2 with 2 saves with a 4.94. We're hoping that Wynn continues his poor performance in the season. Though he's actually overperforming. He's hitting 250. And in reality, only batted 197. Here's the pitch from Willoughby to Wynn. No place to put Jim Wynn. Ground ball. Hobson up with it. Throws. Bang, bang. Play at first. Ow! What a stretch by Scott. And we get out of it by the hair of our chinny chin chin. But the Brewers score 2. It's now 9-6 Milwaukee. Red Sox 6 outs away from another horrific loss due to their freaking pitching staff. It'll be Dillard in the top of the order, Hobson and Burleson. McClure at 24 pitches is back up on the bump. He's only good for 20, so he's in the red. Here's the pitch to Dillard. And Dillard smashes a shot, and it's a hustle double. So Dillard is, I believe, 2 for 2 since coming in for Denny Doyle. And now bring up Butch Hobson. He's 0 for 1. Hobson lined into the double play. If Hobson goes yard, it's his 20th homer, and the Red Sox were pulled to within 1. McClure tiring on that mound. He deals to Hobson. Haney has a quick word first. Now the pitch. And Hobson singles to center. Dillard scores, and the Red Sox pull to within 2. It's now 9-7. I believe Todd B. predicted a slobber knocker slugfest. Tying runs comes to the plate in Butch Hobson, and the new pitcher is Bill Castro. In the replay, he is 1-2 with 10 saves, 4.89 earned run average. In reality, 8-6 with 13 saves, 4.15. And he struggles with, he's 28. He had 28 strikeouts, 23 walks. In reality, 19-9. Burleson, 7 hit and run. We're going to play hit and run. Here's the pitch. There goes Hobson. Burleson misses, but Hobson steals the base. That is the third stolen base for the Red Sox, I believe. Definitely 2. Yastrzemski had 1. Then there was a balk. Hobson has now stolen a base. And I think Denny Doyle stole a base. There we go. Is it here? All right, let's see. Stolen bases. Stolen bases. Yastrzemski, Evans, and Hobson. Okay, we did get 3. I thought it was Doyle. All right, tying run at second, at the plate. Hobson's at second. 2-1 count to the Rooster. The pitch to Burleson from Castro. And that's a base hit to right. Past McMullen. Oh, he gets a glove on it. It's going to be an error. He did get a glove on it. And Ian McMullen, runners on the corners. And here comes Captain Carl Yastrzemski. If Yaz goes yard, the Red Sox take a 10-9 lead, and we have no one to close out the game. We might have to go to a starter to close out the game, which I will do. Yaz is 0 for 1. The pitch from Castro. Yastrzemski lines to win. No, it drops in! It drops in! Scoring from third is Hobson. Wynn trapped the ball. And it's now 9-8. Here come the Red Sox. No outs. Burleson the tying run at second. Yastrzemski the go-ahead run at first. And here comes Fisk, who's 2 for 3. Castro in danger of blowing the save. He pitches to Pudge. Ground ball foul down the right field line. 0-2 count to Fisk. Burleson takes a lead at second. Yaz takes a big lead at first, as obviously McMullen playing behind him. Castro nods his head, the windup and the pitch to Fisk. And he walked him! So now the Red Sox have bases loaded, no outs, 9-8. And here comes Jim. Ed Rice, the designated hitter, is 2 for 4. He's knocked in 2. The pitch to Rice. Base hit! No! McMullen throw. No, the run scores! The run scores! It's a 9-9 ball game. McMullen, a diving stop from his knees, through to the plate, and it was too late. We're tied at 9. Wow! Rice picks up his 3rd ribby. Bases are juiced, no outs for Dwight Evans, who's 2 for 3. It's 9-9. Castro's blown the save. The pitch to Evans. Haney goes out to have a word with Castro. And he walks in the go-ahead run, 10-9. What a wild game here from Fenway. And now we have to think who's going to get these last 3 outs for us. And here's Freddie Lynn. The pitch to Lynn. No place to put Fred. Haney, another mound visit. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. And Lynn sends his ball to the triangle. And gone! Grand slam! Freddie Lynn! The Red Sox have struck for 8 runs in the bottom of the 8th and now lead 14-9. Let's watch that majestic blast by Freddie Lynn all over again. Boom goes the ball, and Freddie Lynn and all the Red Sox touch them all. A grand salami for Freddie Lynn, and it's now 14-9, and Bill Castro has been bludgeoned into submission, but he's still out on that mound. The Red Sox have struck for 8. The pitch to Scott, and Scott grounds to Bando. Bando throws to first, and finally there is 1 out, but holy cow, Todd B screams touchdown. Ken Castro says Castro equals bum, especially if the name is Fidel or his brother. Ba-boom, boom. Just a joke, people, but truth. All right, here's Dillard. He's 2 for 2 since coming in for Doyle. And Dillard will be retired as he pops up left side. Bando loses it in the lights or something, but he struggles and makes the catch. Oh, my Lord, that was an adventure at third. So 2 outs, base is empty for Hobson. Hobson is 1 for 2. He's knocked in a run. The pitch to Butch. And Hobson strikes out. But the Red Sox strike for 8. They now lead 14-9. We need to get 3 runs before we give up 5. 3 outs before we give up 5 runs. And we have Willoughby on the mound, who stinks. Oh, God. Let's look at our starters here. We could go to Paxton, but he sucks too. Reggie Cleveland. He's not pitching until August 15th again. I mean, but what he really did, we pitched them when we want. So, Reggie Cleveland. Let's take a look at his. Let's take a look at his card. And I'm not sure. I'm going to read it off. They have righty, lefty, then a bunch of righties. Righties are hitting 288 in the replay, but 253 in reality. And lefties are bludgeoning him just like in real life. We're going to stick with Willoughby. Here's the pitch to Money, who's 1 for 4. Fouled back to the screen. No balls, 2 strikes. Willoughby's ready to work. He deals one more time. Fly ball deep. Lane racing back, and he makes the catch in front of the wall. 1 out. Red Sox 2 outs away from a miracle comeback, folks. From a miracle comeback. Bob Campbell, Bill Campbell was the closer, but I already used him to try to keep the game close. And it worked, because we kept it close enough. Yeah, Bill Campbell, but I used him when I thought it was appropriate. Quirk is 2 for 4. Willoughby deals quickly to Quirk. Fly ball to Freddie Lynn on the run, left center field, and he makes the catch. So the man who hit the grand slam to put this game out of reach for the Red Sox has made the first 2 catches in center. 2 fine catches by Freddie Lynn, showing off his range. And now the Brewers, who thought they had one in hand, well, they counted their sheep a little too quickly. They are 1 out away from a horrific defeat. This is a win the Red Sox needed. Willoughby looking to pick up the save here. Bando 1 for 4. Willoughby nods his head. Arms down to his chest. He rocks and deals to Bando. Ground ball to Dillard. He makes a diving play from his knees. He throws low. Scott scoops it out of the dirt. Ball game over. The Red Sox with an improbable comeback victory with 8 runs in the bottom of the 8th. They win 14-9. Unbelievable. Boy, did we need that win. And we'll pick up that half game because the Yankees won. We were 4.5 back, so we'll be 4 back. Let's go to the box score. What a fun game. As the pitch, I do everything I can to try to win games with this pitching staff. The offense is absolutely incredible. So let's bring up the box score. Hope everyone enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. We're not going to go through the recap. Screen will go black for a moment, then we'll go to the stat report. There it is. Wow, what a ball game. Good God, the recap would take 3 hours. Let's just go to the pitching and the hitting, and I probably will go through the recap, but forewarning you, we might not. First of all, let's go to the pitching. Let's say thank you to Clinton Parks. Check out his lovely channel. Thank you to Michael Terranova. Check out his channel. Todd B., thank you very much. Todd B. predicted a slobberknocker slugfest. Ken Castro, sports writer extraordinaire from the great state of Rhode Island. Thank you. Bobby Cantilano, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate everyone's time. Thrice Saroni, a card collecting treat, another wonderful channel. As I'm scrolling up, seems like everyone had fun in the chat. That's beautiful. That's what it's all about. And I don't know if it's going to... I think if I missed you... Randy Luxembourg. Thank you very much. And there's Bobby. We already said Bobby. So excellent. Hope everyone enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Let's go to the box score. Let's get down here. Let's look at the chat one more time. Yes, Clinton, 1977, not 1978. And in the 77 replay, I play as the Red Sox and the Mets. And we still have the Mets 1 game over 500. I'll give you an update in a moment on that. All right, so the winning pitcher for the Red Sox was Willoughby. He's now 2-0 as he went an inning and a third, and it was a clean inning and a third by the miracle of God. His ERA drops to 5.48. Bill Campbell went 2 innings. He did struggle when he got tired, but we kept him in there. He did give up 3 hits and 2 earned runs. Walked 1, struck out 2. But he came in a real crucial situation when they could have really blown the game open. Grant you, they scored 2 more runs off of him. But that one horrific inning by Stanley in the bottom of the third, where he gave up, top of the third, he gave up 7. Stanley went 5 innings. He'll get a no decision. 12 hits, 7 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks through 98 pitches. Hernandez pitched 2/3 of an inning, and he didn't give up anything. And we already gave you Campbell's numbers, and Willoughby got the win in an inning and a third. Hines went 3 2/3, no decision, 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, 5 walks and 4 Ks. Caldwell went an inning and a third. He struggled with control. He gave up 2 hits, but he didn't give up any runs. He did strike out 1. McClure went 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs. Both of them were earned, and he struck out 2. And Castro, who's now 1-3, has blown his 5th save. He pitched a horrific bottom of the 8th. 2 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them earned. The big blast by Freddie Lynn, a grand salami. He struck out 1, walked 2. Player of the game, we got to give it to Freddie Lynn. I don't care what they have up here. I'm giving it to Freddie Lynn. The Brewers had 15 hits. Obviously, they scored 9 runs. Joshua was 2 for 3 with a run scored. Wolford pinch hit and stayed in to play center field. He walked and was 0 for 1. Yount, who made 2 fabulous plays on line drive, lineouts and turned into double plays, was 2 for 5, a run scored, 2 ribbies. Wynn was 1 for 4, a run scored, an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. Money was 1 for 5, a run scored, 2 runs knocked in. Quirk 2 for 5. He kills the freaking Red Sox. I wish he'd bat 199 against us. It seems like he's batting 1,000 against us, even though I know he just went 2 for 5. 1 run and a ribby. He also struck out once and had a double. Bando 1 for 5, a run scored, and a ribby. He struck out twice. McMullen 0 for 4. He made a bad error, and he struck out twice. Sakata 2 for 3, a run scored, and a ribby. And Haney, the catcher, 4 for 4, 2 runs scored, and a run knocked in. In total, and a crushing defeat for the Brewers. 39 at-bats, 9 runs, 15 hits, 9 ribbies, 2 walks, 6 Ks, 1 double. For the Red Sox, Bernie Carbo 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. He struck out. He was lifted when we made a bunch of moves when they brought lefties in. Hobson 1 for 3 with a run scored and a ribby. He struck out once. Burleson 1 for 5, 2 runs scored, a ribby, and he struck out once. He doubled. Yastrzemski was 1 for 2, 2 runs scored, 2 ribbies, and 2 walks, on base 3 times. Fisk was 2 for 3, 3 runs scored, 2 ribbies, 2 walks. Pitching was not bueno for either team. Well, it wasn't good. And again, Stanley had that horrific third. Evans was 2 for 3, a run scored, a ribby, 2 walks, and a K. Lynn 1 for 4, but it was a grand salami, and he walked. Helms was 1 for 2 with a run scored and struck out. Scott was 0 for 3, and he struck out twice, but made some nice plays at first when he came in. Doyle was 0. Actually, no official at bat. He walked once. And Dillard, off the bench, was 2 for 3 with a run scored and a double. Got things going in the 8th inning uprising. Let's see who they pick player of the game. I give it to Freddie Lynn for the grand slam. Freddie Lynn. All right. Milwaukee left 6 runners on base. Boston 8. Milwaukee banged into 2 double plays. Boston banged into 3 double plays. The recap. I'm just going to put it up there for a moment. As we just witnessed it all, I'm not going to go through it, so we'll scroll up a bit. So Larry Haney, again, had the big day for the Brewers. 4 for 4 and 2 runs scored. Fisk 2 for 3, 2 ribbies, and 3 runs, 2 walks. Yastrzemski 1 for 2, 2 ribbies, 2 runs, 2 walks. Freddie Lynn, the grand salami. 4 runs knocked in. Evans 2 for 3 with 2 walks. Willoughby, an inning and a third, gets the win out of the pen. He's now 2-0. Bill Castro blows another save. He blew his 5th. In 1 inning, he takes the loss. And he's now 1-3. So the Red Sox win. They go to 57-41. The Brewers drop to 46-54. Let's close that. And let's go to here. Oh, it comes up. The screen's going to come up, and we'll take a look at the standings and call it a stream. So the Red Sox currently stand 4 games behind the Yankees. Yankees are 62-38. Red Sox 57-41. It's a 2-team race as Baltimore's 14 out at 48-52. Milwaukee 46-54, 16 back. Detroit 16 back at 45-53. Cleveland 18 games back, 42-54, and Toronto 30 in their inaugural season, 1977. 35-63, 26 games back. In the West, Kansas City 7.5 up on Texas. They're 61-34. Texas is 54-42. Minnesota 11 back, 53-48. Chicago 49-47, 12.5 back. California is 14 back at 48-49. Seattle 46-58, 19.5 back. And Oakland, after being decimated by free agency, 43-56, 20 games back. Philadelphia leads the East. 2.5 in front of Pittsburgh, 9 in front of the Cubs. Philadelphia 60-39. Tenacious Earl will like that. Pittsburgh 58-42, 2.5 back. Chicago, like I stated, 9 back, 51-48. The Mets, we still have them 1 game over 500 on July 28th, and they're 50-49, 10 games back. We're overperforming there. Playing wild, crazy, dead ball, billy ball, extreme billy ball baseball. And St. Louis 47-53, 13.5 back. Montreal 46-53, 14 back. The Dodgers a game and a half in front of the Astros. Dodgers 61-40. Astros 60-42. Cincinnati's only 5.5 back at 54-44. It looks like the Big Red Machine dynasty could be coming to an end. San Francisco 41-61, 20.5 back. San Diego 38-66, 24.5 back. And Atlanta in last place, 25 games back at 35-64. Rod Carew is flirting with 400. You are correct, Todd B. He's batting .396. Mickey Rivers 379. But look at that. So then Parker's 372. Then we have 2 Metropolitans. Lenny Randall and Bruce Beauclair. 371 and 362 for my go-go Metropolitans. J.R. Richard leads in ERA 1.81. Guidry for the Yankees 2.08. Foster has 32 homers. Nettles is second. These are the major league standings, not American League. It's the whole league with 29. Lefty Steve Carlton, 17 wins, followed by Goltz of Minnesota, who has 16. Richard of Houston, also with 16. Lazinski's batted in 92, followed by Foster with 88 and Bench with 86. Bill Campbell, 23 saves, 2 better than Charlie Huff for the Dodgers at 21. Cesar Cedeno, 41 stolen bases. Ryan, 254 strikeouts. He's well ahead of Necro of Atlanta, 177. Foster leads in slugging percentage, 660. And Jim Barr, I believe, is the pitcher from San Francisco. 17 losses. Ouch. Team batting average, the Pirates, 283. And I believe that's the Mets. I believe this is the Mets who have a 283 batting average. No, it's the Yankees, 283. And then St. Louis at 281. Team pitching, Kansas City, 3.23 earned run average, followed by Houston, 3.24. And Texas, third, but they just don't score enough runs, it seems. They're 7.5 back. So far, the projections for the Major League All-Star team, J.R. Richard would be the starting pitcher. Munson would be the catcher from the Yankees. Richard from the Astros. Garvey from the Dodgers at first. Joe Morgan from Cincinnati at second. Nettles from the Yankees at third. Gary Templeton from the Cardinals at short. Foster from Cincinnati in left. Rupert Jones from Seattle in center. Dave Parker in right. And Jim Rice, the DH. And Parker's from Pittsburgh. Foster's on track to be the total league MVP, and Whitey Herzog for Kansas City, manager of the year so far. That's the way it's trending. Hope everyone enjoyed it, folks. Hope everyone enjoyed it. I missed a joke. What's going on here? What did Michael say? CNN is reporting what? What is CNN reporting with? What are they reporting? What is CNN reporting, folks? I will have to check on my... Oh, the Red Sox fired Dombrowski. Well, they should have. I'll tell you who should be next fired. You're going to think it's sacrilege. I would get rid of Cora. I don't care they won the World Series the year before. That spring training is one of the worst spring trainings ever put forth by a Major League Baseball team. They came into April, they were 3-11. I can't stand when people say, oh, you don't lose the division, you don't win the division in April, but you sure as hell can lose it. And how is that pitching staff that miserable? I don't get that. I would clean house totally. I'm glad Dombrowski's gone. Thank you. Thank you for the World Series and stuff like that. Thank you, Cora. I clean house at the end of the year. There's no way this team should be this bad. He screwed around with the lineup way too much. And those pitchers never worked in spring training. Go back and look. None of the regular players got enough spring training. That whole thing, all those coaches should go. Every last one of them. I want a new... Well, obviously, we're going to have a new GM, though Dombrowski was president of baseball operations or some crap like that. I want a whole new... I want new manager, new coaches. I think Cora's done a horrible job this year. Horrible. I watch them all the time with my dad, and I listen. They are... Coming out of spring training, they were not prepared. They were not prepared. I wish Dick Williams was alive, because this team needs to be... They were not prepared. And Cora has been awful. As good as he was the prior year, he has been awful this year. He has cost them some games. Now, grant you, it's a shitty pitching that's cost them most games. But again, how do you... You know how many starts Chris Sale had? And again, he's hurt. I get that. He had one outing in spring training. One. Most of their pitchers had 1 to 2 outings. How do you prepare that way? That's bullshit. I clean house with all the manager and all the coaches too. They spent the most money in baseball for that. It's Yep. Yes, Dick Williams has passed away, but yeah, wow. I thought Dombrowski was going to go, so good stuff, Michael. Thanks for bringing that to our attention. All right, I've done my little rant. Thank you very much, everyone. Health and happiness the next time. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Red Sox pull off a miracle. 14-9. Grand slam by Freddie Lynn. Peace. Love you all.